Today we have a truly special guest joining us. Arvind Nandedkar is the author of Planning Life Post-Retirement with Spiritual Base, and this is his first book. A graduate engineer from Indore, he successfully managed his own manufacturing company until his retirement in 2008 at the age of 62. We are delighted to have him here today to share his journey and the wisdom he has gathered along the way. So your book emphasizes the importance of spiritualism in retirement planning.
Yes.
So why do you believe spiritualism is essential for a fulfilling post-retirement life, sir?
You see, spiritualism in life is very important for every aspect of the life. Without spiritual base, you cannot even think of leading a good life, even in your young age, as well as in your old age. So unless you have a strong spiritual base, your thought process, howsoever you can plan your post-retirement life, cannot be logical, and you cannot find a right solution and correct solution for any stressful situation that you face in your life. So with this spiritual background, you see, it helps in every way in finding you a right solution and finding out a proper answer to any stressful situation. So you don't face many problems, which otherwise you will face if you don't have a spiritual base.
Okay. So you mentioned that many people don't plan for retirement beyond financial aspects.
Yeah.
So what key areas should they focus on to ensure a meaningful life after work?
You see, actually speaking, financial aspect nowadays everybody takes care of. So that is why I have not considered this aspect in my book. And the major issue with the people with whom I have interacted before writing this book was that nobody even thought of planning their life post-retirement. Not even one person, except myself. So I asked a lot of people, maybe about 200 and odd people, some of whom were good friends of mine, some were my relations, and some were my acquaintances, including husband and wife both. But everybody told me the same thing, that they want to lead a very blissful life, a very joyful life post-retirement, because that's the great time that they will, really experience. But when I asked them that, do you think that this blissful and joyful life and a funny and happy life post-retirement will be served to you on a platter? So they really started thinking that no, this is not possible, but we'll try to really lead a good life. I said, unless you plan, you cannot achieve your desires. So you have to really plan. You will get fed up in one month's time or 2 months' time after retirement. And for a month or two, you really enjoy or laze out. But how far you can laze out and keep enjoying unless you don't have a specific plan to spend your life joyfully. I have done it. And for the last almost now 18 years, I haven't spent even 1 hour in my life which was stressful or which was not joyful. I have faced bitter situations, difficult situations in my life post-retirement, but those only created a little stress in me, but I could overcome those situations also without any hassle or without any problem. And I am very happy that this strong spiritual base first created by me, and later on the post-retirement planned by me very meticulously, in which I had 3 options. That is, first option was, if my wife was alive, how do I plan my post-retirement life? The second option was, if I am alone, or if my wife is alone and I am no more, how should the remaining persons spend their post-retirement life? Joyfully. And the third option was that if I am alone and I am not able to really pass my life actively because of the health issues, then how do I plan my life? So I had all the 3 plans ready. And luckily, I had to implement my first plan in which my wife was alive, and the second plan too, in which my wife was not there, which now I am leading. And believe me that in both the situations, I have led my life extremely happily and totally blissful, without any stress or without any mental problems.
That's really great. So you had a highly successful career in manufacturing
Yeah.
and held prominent leadership roles. So how did your professional life shape your views on retirement?
Beg your pardon?
Like you had a highly successful career in
Yeah.
manufacturing and held prominent leadership roles.
Yeah.
But how did your professional life shape your views on retirement?
You see, the views were already shaped
Yeah.
when I was busy in my own profession. I had made my career as a professional also, and as well as socially.
Yes.
I was very nicely connected. So those 2 aspects of my life, which are also very important, they were taken care of. So post retirement, you are actually to forget that you were so and so in your professional life, or in your social life. You had contacts with so many people, and you were respected so much socially, and you represented so many institutions on their boards, or as an advisor or in advisory capacity. So it's very difficult for the people to get rid of that ego which they have with them, during their professional life. So once you retire, you have to really look for yourself and look within yourself, and you should not even think of doing something by which people will say, oh, he's a great man, or oh, he is the man who was ex-managing director of a company and he's so nice. No, that you have to forget, and you have to lead a simple life, and you have to live for yourself, not for others. That's a great difference. And many people fail to achieve this post-retirement life. The government officer, he retires as a big boss, or people like me, those who retire as a big boss, they don't get that response in the public or in their own company also once you retire. So then you face the real problem, that you get hurt, you get depressed, and you see that, oh, people don't really give me that respect, or but you have to forget that aura which you enjoyed once in your life. So that's very difficult to
Time changes,
change. Yeah, everything changes. But your spiritual learning, makes you do that very easily without much hassle.
So what has been the most fulfilling aspect of your post-retirement life?
See, the most fulfilling aspect is that I haven't spent even 1 hour in my post-retirement life which was stressful or not joyful. I have enjoyed every moment of my life, and the most fulfilling aspect is that I always wished that I should live a life where my joy in the life or happiness in the life should be at the optimum level always. It should not go down. So today you feel that, oh, my son is coming from abroad. I will be meeting my granddaughter or grandson or my son and daughter-in-law after a long time. I'm so happy and thrilled. No, that should not be the case. You should always be at the optimum level of your happiness. So somebody coming or going should not deprive you of that level of happiness. And
Self-love is important now.
yeah, and I am proud that I have been able to maintain it.
Great. So could you share an example from the book where planning and spirituality work together to
Yeah.
improve someone's post-retirement experience?
See, actually, post-retirement, it's it's not an experience. Actually, it's a reality in life which you have to face. And your post-retirement life is the most important aspect, most important phase of your life, which is much more important than your professional life or your childhood, because there you have no responsibilities. You're financially also you are settled, and you have all the time in your with you for passing your time, and you can decide how to do it as a couple or as an individual. So I think the post-retirement life, I don't think that you should really, think that my post-retirement life has any connection with my professional life or my past life. It's an independent, two are all independent entities.
Like in today's days, people stress so much about like retirement. कि retirement के बाद हम कैसे करेंगे, क्या करेंगे? तो
No, actually, people don't stress thinking of post-retirement. They feel that we have enough money, and most of the people have enough money by the time they retire. So they always think that we'll really have fun in our life, we'll enjoy our life, we'll do this, we'll do that. But nothing clicks, because you can't do it for your lifelong. You can go out, you can have fun outside, you can laze it out for some time, but not always. So in 2-3 months time, people start getting bored, and since there are no other plan ready for them, so they don't know what to do, and the frustration starts showing in their lifestyle. The irritation develops between husband and wife. Most of my friends' wives, they say that, he's very good when he's out of the house. When he comes inside the house, he has nothing to do.
because they stay together 24 hours.
So that's a problem. So you must have every hour planned, right from the morning you get up from the bed till the time you sleep. You should plan every hour in such a way that you are busy joyfully. That's more important. And I have done it, and I mentioned it in my book also, that how I have done it. And people write book on imagination, that they imagine something and
Like fictions.
and they put that concept in the book in the form of a beautiful explanation or beautiful expression. But since I have personally experienced it, my book has more value, because people know that it's not only imagination, it's a reality. So I think this book will be very useful for the people, and those who have read this book, they say that it has been an eye-opener for them. So I am very happy on that count.
Great. So, can you elaborate on how Acharya Rajneesh and Brahmakumari's sister Shivani influenced your spiritual journey, and what were the most transformative teachings you adopted?
Actually, both of them, they teach spiritualism. Now, when I realized that when I decided to retire, that point of time when I realized that everything was not right with me in my approach to life, in my behavior towards people, and I must change. And I finally concluded that change can be done only by learning spiritualism. So I studied a lot of people. There are great people who spiritual speakers, motivational speakers who teach spiritualism. But I found most of them too complicated. Just spiritualism is a vast subject. So you cannot understand it just like that. But when I wanted to really learn those things in spiritualism, which will help me leading a blissful life. So when I studied all those people, I finally zeroed in on to Acharya Rajneesh first, because I found his explanations were very simple. His approach to happy living was very simple and transparent and direct. So there was no complication in it. You can eat straight away or you can eat like this. So I found that his preachings on spiritualism or leading a very happy life, they were very simple. So I decided to follow him, and I studied a lot of his lectures. But I also went to his ashram in Pune, in Koregaon Park. Every year I used to be there for about 15-20 days and studied all whatever he had to say. Everything I did not accept, because I have a principle that I will not take anybody for granted. I will only adopt those things in my life which I experience myself finally. Sorry. So I found that a lot of his teachings were quite good for me. And then I adopted those in my lifestyle and they helped me. But later on, when I saw Sister Brahma Kumari, Sister Shivani on television in an interactive episode on Astha channel, I found that she was so simple in her approach on spiritualism and art of living. So I started listening to her every day. That episode used to come on Astha channel every day in the evening by about 7 to 7:45. So I listened to her for almost 1 year, and she covered almost all the topics. And that was an interactive session. It was not a lecture. So that was more interesting. So I adopted almost major portion of her teachings in my lifestyle. I made notes also, and I liked what she said. And I experienced it, and I found that yes, what she said was a lot of right. A lot of things I did not accept, so I left those things. So like rebirth, I don't believe in rebirth. So I just forgot about that. But whatever she said on rest of the things which I have adopted in my life, they were quite practical and easy to understand. And the same things I have written in my book in the first chapter of spiritualism. I explained spiritualism with different aspects which are really useful for your life, for your lifestyle, and for a blissful lifestyle. I have not included all the aspects, because otherwise there would have been one book on spiritualism, and there are hundreds of books on spiritualism. So I wanted people to understand only those aspects which will help them lead a blissful life. So I have taken about 8 or 9 aspects which I have explained in a very simple way. And then again I have correlated those aspects of spiritualism with my own experience, that how I implemented those in my life. So that is why that has made the whole thing very interesting. So the issues, the views which I have received from different readers, they say that you see, they really, when you read this book, you really flow with the book, and you find that you are really there. So then I also narrated some of my very funny and romantic experiences which I experienced during my travel as a loner. So after the death of my wife in 2012 until 2024, I traveled alone and all over the world. I used to go out at least 3 times, and each trip used to be for almost 1 month. So I had a lot of wonderful, funny experiences, romantic experiences during this travel as a loner. And I also narrated very few of them, which are also very, very interesting. And people find it really extremely wonderful and joyful to read it even,
Okay, that's
So,
really
yeah.
So many retirees struggle with loneliness, especially after the loss of a partner. So how does your book addresses the same?
See, actually, in one word, if I tell you, there is a tremendous bliss in loneliness, in aloneness. You have come on this earth alone, and you will go also as a loner. So you have to lead your life, you have to learn to lead your life happily and joyfully as a loner. I learned to do it, but you have to plan it. You cannot just sit looking at your ceiling and feel that and expect that you will get joy or happiness. You will get bored. So if you plan your life properly, you will find an extreme pleasure, a great pleasure in loneliness. And you will not need anybody's company. People say that without friends there is no life. But when I ask my friends that how much time you spend with your friends, they say maybe an hour or two every week, or maybe 1 hour every day in the morning when we meet as a group for a walk. So, but then when I ask them that, then how do you say that your friends are your life? Because you get up in the morning and when you sleep, during that at least there is a gap of about 12 hours. So out of those 12 hours, if you have your friends with you for 1 hour, every day on average, because if you go out for a party, they will be with you for 2 hours. How do you say that your friend is your life? Rest of the time you pass on your own. And then they say that, oh, when we are alone, we get bored. So,
some people enjoy their alone time.
So aloneness is the most blissful thing that you can ever have in your life. So I believe that loneliness is not a curse, it's a blessing. Provided we are able to really understand it and start enjoying it by planning your lifestyle accordingly.
So the book integrates your personal experience with spiritual concepts.
Yeah.
How did you balance storytelling with practical guidance to keep readers engaged?
You see, spiritualism and planning lifestyle are complementary to each other. You cannot only have one and then enjoy your life. So if you have a strong spiritual base, well, okay, you can understand how to face a situation or how to behave in a particular situation so that people don't get hurt and you don't get stressed. But that will not tell you how to pass your life blissfully or enjoyable life. For that, you have to plan your life and plan it very, very meticulously. It's not easy because there are so many things you do in your whole day life, and in your book I explained it, that how I plan my life right from the time I get up in the morning and by the time I go to bed. There is a portion allotted to morning tea. There is a portion allotted to reading newspaper. There is a portion allotted to seeing TV, and what I see on TV, that also I have decided. So everything I explained because you can't see the news on TV and be joyful. You get irritated. So you cannot see the different episodes or being shown on TV because they are repetitive kind of things and they are not always very interesting. So I have only selected channels which are of my own choice. These are favorite channels, which only I only sweep those channels, and whatever is I feel interesting I see. But that's only 1 hour in a day. That's in the night. There is there is time slot allotted for my morning walk, for my exercise at home, for my eating, breakfast, everything. You see, the life has got to be very, very disciplined. Your post-retirement life. If it is not disciplined, then you see, you cannot really keep yourself in a good shape. And then if you are not in a good shape and physically fit, you cannot enjoy the life. So your fitness level has got to be absolutely right. So these things are very important, So that is why planning life and spiritualism, you cannot separate them. So it has got to go together. And that is exactly what I have explained in my book.
So finally, what message would you like readers to take away from your book?
See, I will tell my readers that those who are planning to retire, I mean, everybody retires.
Yeah.
There is no way. The death is certain, the retirement is certain.
Yes.
So, whenever you are planning to retire, you should plan your post-retirement well in advance. And it should be planned in such a way that whosoever are the members of your family, they should also enjoy that along with you. You alone should not enjoy it, and you can't even plan it for yourself. So if you are living with your wife only, you should plan it together with your wife. If you are living with your son and your daughter-in-law, then you should plan in such a way that they are all a part of your planning. So I feel that everybody must plan it and must plan it in advance. And those who have not planned it in advance, they should plan it at the earliest, so that at least the remaining life, whatever they have, they will pass blissfully. But unless that planning is done, and unless it is done very, very meticulously with creation of strong spiritual base, you can never think of spending a joyful post-retirement life. That's the message I wish to give to my readers, and I also wish to tell them that how to do it. Please read my book. That will tell you.
Get to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much for sharing your thoughts
Okay.
and insights with us today.
Yeah.
It was truly a pleasure to meet you.
Okay.
And also, we also appreciate you joining us at the book fair and giving us your glimpse into your work and your day. So wishing you all the success for your book and hope to
Thank
see
you.
again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking with you.